All right, so a viewer asked me in a video a while back if this Happy Model 2 watts 2.4 gigahertz booster would work in improving the range on this LiteRadio2, and I wasn't sure actually. I hadn't used this thing in years. I did a video on this one like 5 or 6 years ago, and some sort of like a toy drone, I believe. MJX model, I believe, something like that. And then I wasn't really sure if the tests were conclusive or not, so I just kind of put it into a drawer, and then I never saw it again until someone pointed that this was 2.4 gigahertz and could possibly work with Express LRS to improve the range. And this one here is 100 milliwatts max power. And the reason they're interested in this is because this is $25, this is $25, and I think this combination of 2 watts is still way cheaper than, say, like, what would be the cheapest radio that has Express LRS in it? It would be probably the Pocket, and you'd have to get a 1 watt module, and this is like 65 plus another 50, so it's over $100. It's more than double the cost of this. And so I thought it was an interesting test. We'll give it a try, see what would happen. You would have to modify this radio because this radio has an internal patch antenna that's taped to the inside of this case, and then you have to put an SMA adapter on here to put an antenna that'll match this one. Yeah, just to show you, I think this is RPSMA if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is an RPSMA antenna, so I used an RPSMA to SMA or to u.FL connector for this SMA adapter. And yeah, you have to open it up and you have to take the whole thing apart because it's the u.FL connectors on the back side of the board. As you look at it from the back side where the gimbals are, it's on the other side. So it is a little bit tricky to take everything apart, but I think for most people should be able to figure it out. You just unplug all the switches and the gimbals, and then just make sure after you take off the patch antenna and put on the u.FL connector that you just put everything back together the same way. Didn't take me too long, maybe about 20 minutes to do the project. I did have to Dremel a hole for this RPSMA adapter in the case here, so this can pop out. And the reason I wanted to match this pin here with the one that's on here like this, I forgot if this came with this or not, because it was years ago. I don't think this came with, I think I bought this separately, so you will need whatever this adapter is as well. And if, these are probably a few dollars. Certainly, yes, a pin on this side and a pin on this side. So there's a pin on both sides. You don't necessarily need this exact one. You could do like a cable, something like that. It doesn't have to be this exact one, but I just had this so that this would match up and then I could stick it on here. It does require external battery power, and it's 5 to 15 volts. And I just used an external 2S battery with a JST connector. And yeah, so the results of the test were, when running it on this antenna here, I took a screenshot. So I went to like a spot, like a certain distance away, and tried to match up the screenshots here. So this is the one on 100 milliwatts on the white antenna, and it was giving like a dBm number of negative 84 at that distance. I don't exactly know how far this way was. You can't even see me in frame, but so I did. Basically, that's the result I got at that particular spot, and then I took the antenna off, put the 2 watt booster on, flew to the same spot, and I tried to capture the exact same frame. And then you can see here with the 2 watt booster, I get a negative 71 dBm value. So that's an increase of almost 13 dBm. Now, I don't know if negative 84 versus negative 71 is a huge difference, especially going from 100 milliwatts to 2 watts. Clearly it's better. I just don't know to what extent it's that much better. Also, yeah, I'm not really going to be testing this much more because I don't really think this is something that most people should probably do unless you're really super desperate and just don't have the money and you want to get more than 100 milliwatts, I suppose this is a viable option. But I'm not sure how this will behave in fail-safe situations, how far you can really get, and how much of a difference it is. Obviously, 100 milliwatts is not very much. Is this really a full 2 watts? Probably not, but it's definitely an improvement. I just don't know if if you're getting that full 2 watts of improvement or not, if it's really worth it. Yeah, so anyway, you can try it if you want. I can't guarantee anything. I'm just showing you the results I got here. Try to do a fair comparison side by side with and without the booster, 100 milliwatts versus 2 watts. You can make your own decision as to what you want to do with the information. And by all means, if you do further experiments with this, let me know in the comments below what your results are. This particular radio, the LiteRadio2 SE with Express LRS, the first generation of this one, when it came out as a FreeSky version, it had some really bad gimbals, and they would wear out prematurely. And they fixed that problem. When the Express LRS versions of these came out, they're much better. And this is a version 2 with the Express LRS gimbals, or with the updated gimbals in them already. And I've been using this on and off as when I connect to my simulators. Just for practice and stuff, and I don't use it outside. I just use it on the simulators, and it's been holding up so far, no problem. Even though these gimbals have a bad rap, these have held up so far. Now, granted, these are the cheapest gimbals like on Earth, and they don't feel great. They work, yes, they will work. You can fly simulators. You obviously can fly real quads with this one as well. There's definitely a lot of stuff better out there, and I recommend spending more money on a radio if you can. But of course, I'm making this video for those of you guys that are absolutely on the tightest of budgets and just can't spend any money, in which case this $25 radio is okay for that. If you absolutely have no money at all, yes, it will work, but definitely not my first choice. It's fine for simulators and just getting started. $25 to get you out the door and get you flying. So again, I have no idea if this 2-watt booster is really worth it or not. Probably this antenna is not the best either. It's like an 8 dB gain antenna. You could probably go use some other antennas and get better results. I'm sure there's a lot of variations and iterations of this experiment you can get into. I just don't have the time for that, and I just don't feel like it's really worth it, because I don't think a lot of you guys are actually interested in this. Yes, there's a few of you that might be interested in this really super budget setup. If you are, if I'm mistaken, if there's a lot of you out there that are like, wow, this is amazing, I want to see more videos like this, please correct me. I'm happy to make these kind of videos. It's just that I haven't seen that much feedback in the past, but a few of you did ask me about this, and I'm making this video for you guys. So anyway, I'll put a link to the radio, to the 2-watt booster. I think you can only pick this up on Amazon or AliExpress these days. I don't think Happy Model carries this anymore, but it's still branded Happy Model. I'm not 100% sure what's up with that. And those will be down in the video description. So questions, comments, leave them down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.